Ogondi. Sema tu Ogondi.
Ogondi and
yes.
Mr.
Dr. Dennis Magu, a senior medical epidemiologist and legal expert in Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology.
Okay. So leo tumefika hapa katika maonyesho ya kilimo ya Kafiroini 2024 na kwa sababu hapa naona mko na setup ya vitu zinakaa unique sana, ningependa upate kutuelezea hizi mitungi zinafanya nini kwa showground.
Okay. Thank you very much. I'm Evan Ogondi. I'm a public health officer working with JKUAT, School of Public Health. Now, what is here is what we call vermifiltration. Vermifiltration is a technology that we use to ensure that water from the kitchen and bathroom, what is usually called grey water, is filtered by use of what we call earthworms and filter media. Then it moves to this other chamber where we are going to have gravel and sand. By the end of this chamber, we are going to have water that can be reused back. There's some that will go to the reservoir here, and then the other will just head direct to the farm. Now at the reservoir, the ones that go to the reservoir might be used for so many uses. Maybe you might want to use them for flushing of toilets, etc. Okay, thank you. I think
sorry, maybe to add, and thank you, my colleague, for that very exciting discussion. One thing I can add in this discussion is that the water, when it is here, the sediments will go down. Later on, when the water leaves, you have sediments that translate to fertilizer, which is NPK in nature. This is complete fertilizer. Those are the benefits for climate change solutions. Remember, we are struggling with the fertilizer. Can we be using our locally available resources to generate some of these inputs? Further, what we are trying to say, this water, you have a tap here you regulate when it is being released after filtration. It can go to the farm. You can still pump that water through this chamber lining. You come all the way, that water will come here. From here, this water can actually be utilized again in flushing of the toilet. The toilet here is using grey water in terms of reuse that water form of. Why do you have to flush the toilet with chlorinated water, clean water, which has actually taken a lot of resources for it to reach there? Can't we still be using this water from the bedroom and the kitchen? That is the most exciting story about this project. And this farming, for the moisture content, we are monitoring in the farm through an app that is in the phone. And that app is configured in a way that it tells you all the parameters of the farm. In a nutshell, maybe I can demonstrate from the phone, where you can see the smartphone. We are calling it artificial intelligence. The whole thing is here. The people who are analyzing soils in laboratories, their work is gone now because of technology. We have embraced everything here, and you can see this farm for JKUAT. It is well demonstrated here. On some subscription, you pay 1,000. Then you can see the soil moisture. Maybe what else are you seeing, the boys from Kikuyu?
Crop calendar.
Crop calendar, yes.
Weather forecast.
Weather forecast, what else?
Crop health.
Crop health. So we are encouraging the young guys, our Gen Z, to be very acquainted with the technology, which they are learning, so that by the time they come to our university, JKUAT is one of the serious universities in Africa. So I would wish these guys also embrace to know that JKUAT is a university to be based on this innovation. If you start early enough, thinking about JKUAT is going to take us to higher levels, because this one you can try even in your institution where you are learning. Your water from the kitchen and also from the bedroom can translate to economy. You have food security. You'll be able to cultivate using water that you are not even spending a coin, because it would have gone to waste. But now with this technology, job opportunities come into being. Water availability, bills of power will be forgotten in terms of flushing back the toilet and our farming. And this is what we are encouraging for the entire Africa in terms of being climate change experts because we want to start it from the low level where the CBC guys are, secondary schools. By the time they come to our institution, they will be embracing or promoting climate smart agriculture and trade initiatives for what we call sustainable global growth, not only in Africa, but also far from Africa. And thanks so much for actually appearing for us, and we wish to interact with you further. Thank you very much.
Okay. Pia niko na another question.
Yes,
okay, is it okay kulingana na setup yenye mmefanya hapa ni kwa sababu nyinyi mko as a research institute, JKUAT. Lakini swali ni how about mtu mwenye ako pale nyumbani, can I be able to do this setup on my own?
Very well. This is a locally available project that requires locally available resources. The water that we actually utilize in our kitchen and also in our bedroom can actually be of value at that low scale. Because remember, the fertilizer that you obtain here is sediment. You may not even realize that is fertilizer. You are normally doing your own things. And this you can just design at your setting. Later on, that fertilizer you will be utilized. Your kitchen garden. Right now you can see very good. You don't require a lot of water to maintain this. It requires very little amount of water, and you can be able to feed your family. In the past, we have been talking of kitchen garden, but this is a very advanced, climate-friendly kitchen garden. If you don't want to go at a larger scale, maybe at institutions of learning. So I encourage people to save however much. Right today, you have taken a shower. From the time you are born, how much water have you lost?
So
can you see how much money we have lost in terms of the wastewater that we are talking about? There's our grey water. Kitchen, you wash a lot of sufurias, a lot of utensils when visitors appear there. That water goes unnoticed. Can you imagine since the time you started seeing yourself in the kitchen, how much water is that? So we need to think in a bigger spectrum for sustainability perspective. The little kidogo kidogo unjaza kibaba, kidogo kidogo, that small amount of water you have been wasting gradually, cumulatively, it will end up becoming a very large amount of water. Why do you want to use chlorinated water for flushing a toilet? Remembering that water is incurring a lot of expense before it reaches there. Those are the solutions that we have at our fingertips as Jomo Kenyatta University, and we encourage the citizens because the model that we have in the universities today is to encourage people to innovatively think in terms of coming up with the climate change solutions for sustainable interventions that can work. Thank you.
Okay, another question, kwa sababu najaribu kuimagine hivi, okay, maji yenye imetumika kwa bathroom, ni uchafu, itakuwa ni uchafu. Haya, nimeenda pale jikoni, nimesugua sufuria, sahani, sijui nini, of course hiyo maji itakuwa chafu. So najaribu kuimagine haya maji yenye imetoka kwa bathroom na kwa kitchen sitakuwa na uchafu. If at all inaweza ikaflush toilet, itakuwa clean aje in a way that I can flush the toilet nayo.
Toilet ukiflush, there is nowhere you are coming into contact with that water. Maji inaingia kwa cistern pale unafurashia. Kwa hivyo hiyo maji inaenda unnoticed. Alternatively, if you still feel that you want that water ya kuflush ikuwe treated, the water that is in the chamber reservoir, you can actually chlorinate that water. And then it can be used entirely for any other purpose. So the way we are innovatively thinking about this water is how it can be used extensively for as many chores as possible without actually overspending bills of power bills. They have actually been a very big disturbance to very many people. So why can't we mitigate for that? Remember, we are talking of climate change solutions. So this is one of the best innovative climate change solutions because of that percent of the water that we use is domestic in nature. Can you imagine saving that percent of the total amount of domestic water? Of the total amount of water, 30% of the total amount of water. Is that not a big achievement in climate change solutions? Yes.
Okay.
Very well.
Okay. Asante kwa kutuelezea hayo. And also ningependa kujua so far so good. Okay, kulingana na shule yenu, do you offer training? And if at all huwa mna offer training, inakuaje?
one of my colleagues who trains is in charge of practicals. He can come and actually try to say something about how he is in touch with the reality that these are return demonstrations that even our students are supposed to do, and they are assessed. Bachelor of Science Public Health that we train. I also offer some training, and also our colleagues on Masters in Public Health Sanitation. We also do Public Health Engineering. So he can actually tell you the practical aspect very realistically. Yes, Mwalimu, you can actually say one or two things before we summarize. Yes, please. Your turn.
Yes, we've been working on this project for some time now, and there are students that currently are working on a far much better model than this one. Yeah, so maybe the next time we're going to be meeting, you're going to see something that is far much improved than this one.
And also our training at Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology is hands-on. Is hands-on. That we want hands-on is what we are teaching, we want to see it practically being done for the various trainings. And so that we are in tandem with what the industry is offering. So we are not separated from the theory and the practice. We are actually going hand in hand with the two pamoja. So that the kind of individuals that we produce in the market, JKUAT has been rated to be one of the best universities in the region and in Africa, and it is now competing to the level of Harvard and MIT because of such technologies. In fact, you move along in many universities, you never see this technology. It's only actually embraced in Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology. Very well.
Okay, so like nikimalizia
Yes,
in fact I was to ask, okay, kama ushai train mtu, okay, have you ever been able to follow up uone kama whatever huwa mnafunza watu kama huwa wana execute venye inafaa na kama ina work?
Already this is a technology that we are propagating to higher levels. This is a demonstration. You come to JKUAT, you see it in larger scale. How water actually, the wastewater, the grey water is translating to reuse. So we offer the expertise, the skills, and the attitudes change behavior so that wherever one is working, that can be propagated. So we are in line with the industry, and we have started actually collaborating with the various partners, as you can see down there, and the app aspect. So it is not just living where the technology is up to the farm. It is that extensive, and the farmers have been enrolling in the app, and the farm can actually be monitored for the various parameters like I had raised, from soil moisture, the pests and diseases. It is that beneficial in terms of achieving all those aspects, from soil health, from pest diseases, and eventually crop character, like what our students were reading for us. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Be blessed.
Thank you so much.